Hey, y'all. Hey. How are y'all? I wanted to come on. Hey, love. I said I was going to. Somebody asked if I was coming on yesterday. Again. I was, but I changed my mind. I didn't feel like it. But I'm better today. And I was like, you know what? Let me jump on while I eat. You alright, babe? You say you're in the hospital. Are you okay? Alright, guys. So what is going on? Y'all know how the lives roll. Oh my God. Are you okay? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I know that's hard. I'm going to keep you in my prayers for sure. Breathing is not easy. Make sure you go to counseling. Okay? Make sure you go to counseling. Please make sure you go to counseling. Please don't think you have to do this by yourself, or let people to help you and support you through this. You may not know what you need, but let people help you and be there for you, because I can't imagine. But guys, as y'all know, when we do lives, you get your ability to ask questions. Ask whatever you want to ask. Nothing's too personal. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's a stupid question. You have the ability to ask any question you need answered or just need clarification on. You know, we did a live yesterday, so I answered questions that some of you guys already know the answer to or may need the answer to. But if you have any questions, let's talk about it. Y'all just want to talk. Let's get it. Let's go. So today, until everybody get their questions in, today was a relaxing day. I slept most of the day. I didn't go to bed till like 4 at all. I was applying for jobs. As y'all know, I do have businesses, which is this one, which is Overcoming Stigma, is nonprofit, which I'm still building to get my 501c3. And then I also have STD Life Coach, LLC, which I'm still building. Guys, it's not easy building a business. Don't let the world fool y'all. Don't let folks get you on social media. Oh, you can make $100,000 in 30 days. You better have your grind. You better be ready to not sleep, and you better have some money on hand, because it ain't free. Okay, it's a lot of stuff that you can do to build a business, but it's a lot that you need to put in. You have to invest. You can't get around not investing. It don't have to be perfect, but the way you want to build your business, I say build it right. Don't build it wrong. Build it on the right foundation. Hey, sweetie, build on the right foundation the first time. Don't have to, redo it, reinvent the wheel, things like that. Your business will change over time. You'll expand your market. You may change your target. Or you'll change, I'm talking in business terms, but you may change your audience, or expand your audience, or you may add products, take away products, do different things. You may even go into a whole nother direction where you don't do what you used to do before, because people are kind of, your audience is pulling you to do something different. So I'm in a place of just learning, everything about my business, reevaluating, things like that. I realize what I do. I love what I do, completely love what I do, but I gotta keep doing, I have to still make sure everything is good with me and my family. So I'm going back to work, which I was so pissed about. I ain't gonna lie. I told myself I ain't working this year. But don't let what you tell yourself keep you from doing stuff you should do. And that makes sense. It makes sense for me to go back. And where I'm going back to work, I love the company. And the schedule worked out perfect. I can still run my business and still have income come in to take the pressure off. Until you run the business and your funds are low, or everything you get you have to spend, on your business or just bills, it's nerve-wracking. I would never tell anybody to build a business in a tight situation. It'll stress you out. You'll do things for money. Not saying that for me, but you'll do some things, and sometimes you put yourself in situations where you'll take on more than you can handle, or you'll compromise what you want or how you want to run your business, or how you want to operate your business just to eat. And honestly, you don't want that. I'll say, build slow. It's better to build slow than to build fast and fall apart. So don't let nobody fool you talking about business is easy. It's not. Especially if you're starting off by yourself. It's not easy. And even when you start to build a team, you got to know what you want. You got to know what the vision is. You can't have people working for you. You have no clue what you want to do. So, or you get to a place where you just feel it's best for you. I know I kind of ran it, but that's what I'm at in my life. And I'm happy about making the decision I just made. It took out so much pressure and stress worrying about different things. For my individual who working jobs you don't like, look for another one. Don't leave until you find something else. But if you're getting treated completely wrong, I understand sometimes you gotta do what's best for you and your. But I always say look for something else while you're yourself. Then find a job without a job. I guess it's just because you're stressed behind it. You're not really worried because you got money coming compared to not having no money at all. So, congratulations to all my people who are in college, graduating. Congratulations to you guys. I have a lot of my subbies who are in college. So I'm so proud of you guys, and even people who are going to college. So I'm super proud of you guys. Make sure while you're going, you understand why you're going to college. Have a goal. Try to get some free money from somewhere. If you can stay up off loans, do everything you can. If you can pay for it out of your pocket, do it. Do bachelor's, and I have a master's. And I had started another master's, but I don't want it anymore. And I was thinking about getting my PhD, and I'm like, shit, I don't want that either. I'm sick of school. So, make sure you know what you're going to school for. Have a goal. Make sure it makes sense. Always reevaluate every semester to make sure it makes sense. Because sometimes your mind changes. You change your mind. If you can go to school for free, you do it. Even if it's not even where you want to go right off the bat. But go for free, man. Don't pay for school, man. Do school online as well. If you can work a job and work and go to school at the same time, do it. Do it. If you getting a refund, please use your refund correctly. Pay up some bills, give it back. I would strongly say give it back. But I know some people are in situations where it's beneficial to have it. Use it for your benefit. Pay some debts down. If you got some private loans, especially federal loans, they're a little bit more lenient than private. If you got private loans, use that money to pay off private loans. Now, whatever you're making from your job or whatever, you can push it. Or if that's all the money you have because school is just so stressful, until you get your next refund, you have money. You don't have to worry. You don't have to stress. I so wish somebody taught me that about my student loans. I'm telling y'all, no lie. Out of the 8 years I was in college, I swear I had way over I made in refund. I had way over $50,000. Where the hell did it go? Who damn knows? Cars. I had to buy a new car because no crap about no cars. Paying for a wedding, bills. But I wish I would have did some things like paying off my debt and putting money aside to buy a house. I could have bought a house. Um, Paying off private loan this year. I wish I did that. There's just some stuff I wish I would have did, but I didn't know no better. So I'm telling you to know. Yes, that will help. And just we live in a time. Hey, love. We live in a time now. Your school is different. When I was growing up, going to school was like you need to go to college. Like if you wasn't going to college, you was lame. Like you were just like a failure in life if you weren't going to college. Now college is not vital. It's not required. You can do very well for yourself or better than a person who. I mean, if you don't have a degree, you can do 10 times better than somebody who have 2 or 3 or 4, or either a doctorate. So I don't want you to feel like it's necessary. Go make sure it makes sense for your career and makes sense for your finances. Because literally, them student loans, they don't care. They don't go nowhere. I don't care. Bankruptcy, it ain't going nowhere. And that being, they are very nice to you at times because they're federal loans. But them private loans, they'll try to kill you. They'll try to take stuff from you. They will literally try to take you to jail. Like they will literally take you to court. I went to court for Salome. They probably trying to take me to court again. Like, so, but, you just got to make the best decisions for you and your family. I really want you guys to understand, like, just because we got herpes doesn't mean life don't keep going on. You still got stuff going on. You still got goals. You still got things you want to accomplish in life. Hey, love. So my whole thing is very important that, you make the best decisions for you all the time. You're not going to be perfect, so don't, knock yourself like, oh, I made a bad decision. Sometimes you don't know what you think is a good decision can be a bad decision. You just don't know it till you make it. So it's important to reach out to people who have done what you want, or even if they haven't, just getting advice from other people, because sometimes people can just see stuff that you can't see. No lie, I wish I listened to my mom so much. Like, I wish I would listen to my mom with so many situations. Now that I'm 29, about to go on 30 this year, I wish I would have listened to my mom. And like, shoosh, I wouldn't be in half of the damn situations I'm in now if I listened to my mom. Or people around me, I wish I just would have listened, but I didn't because I thought I knew everything. I want my life to look like this, da da da. And no lie, my life is nowhere near it. But it could have been closer if I had listened to them. But now I'm learning, like, you got to listen to people. You need good counsel. Prayer. Pray about it. And also do what is necessary. Correct. You pray about it. Don't be so hasty to make decisions sometimes. Sometimes take your time, especially if it's a life-changing decision. Getting a job or, changing your job career or going to school or getting married or getting a relationship or having kids. There's serious situations. So my whole thing is take your time. Make sure it's the best thing for you. Make sure, you feel good about it. I'm a strong believer in having peace. If you don't have peace with it, don't make a decision yet. So even if, you think you're making the best decision, but you still don't have peace with it, take some time and just say, why don't I have peace? Is it because I'm just scared? Whatever. Ask yourself that. But also just remember that any decision you make, just because you believe it's good, doesn't mean you're always going to get that outcome on the other side. But just don't beat yourself up if you don't always get what you want. Just understand you got to do what you can. And if you didn't get it this time, get back out there and try it again. Ask for more help this time. Do it a different way. Sometimes put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and do what you need to do. And that's kind of where I am in my life now, is just put my pride aside, put my ego aside, and do what I need to do and what's best for me and mine. Because I do have 2 kids who depend on me. I live with my mom, which is a blessing. We agreed to just to stay together for a while until I like get everything like I want, because I want to buy a house. And my mom retires in 3 years, and no lie, I want to buy a house so she can just live with me, and she ain't gotta worry about nothing. Uh, so just goals, things I need to do. I know what to do to get a home. It just, you just got to make sure everything falls in place and you have everything, your ducks in a row. I will tell y'all, don't be so hasty to do some stuff. You may want to slow your roll, look at overall, prepare for things to happen in your life because people pass away. Things happen to us, and things like that. People, it's just so much happened to us. So it's crazy. Reason not everything people need to stop giving their bodies to people. Life is too short. My whole thing is, yeah, you're right. Herpes is not every, I understand your concept, but at the end of the day, you can't say that for everybody. Herpes is hard for many people. Just because it's not hard for me or it's not hard for you doesn't mean it's not hard. Because at the end of the day, some people, this has shifted their lives. Sometimes this is the only thing bad that have happened in some people's life. Some people have had really good lives. Like, I don't want everybody to think that everybody's life is crappy. Not saying everybody's always happy, but some people are blessed where they have had the ability to have great influence in their lives and they haven't had, life threatening or anything bad happen to them. And this one thing have literally took their life and shifted, and the way they look at themselves, the way they feel about themselves, their life just went downhill. I know people who quit their jobs or couldn't work. I've seen people that had to go to mental hospitals. I know people who wanted to give up their kids. Like, I know so much stuff because of herpes, because their life just went downhill. People lost marriages, relationships, got into it. Their parents got kicked out, became homeless. Like, it don't just went downhill. So I don't want you to. I understand your concept, but you also have to be very sensitive to other people around who is reading this, because you don't know their situation. You don't know what this has caused in their lives. And yes, we do have to be way more safe who we give our bodies to, especially in the time that we're in, because people are just reckless. Sex is like the most important thing in the globe right now. Sex is everywhere, and nobody's telling you to put on a condom. Nobody's telling you to ask questions. Nobody's telling you the proper way to get tested. Nobody's doing it like at all. I am, and probably 27 other activists, the other people like that. I'm not saying nobody's doing it, but I'm just saying overall, coming from your health providers, it's just not happening. But sex is everywhere. We cannot watch TV without sex. We can't watch TV without folks kissing. We can't watch TV without showing any type of intimacy. And it's kind of hard to get away from. So people are getting to a place where I want that, I want that, I want that, but without knowing what you want or knowing how to properly get it in a safe way, people are putting themselves in danger, not because they want to, it's just because they're ignorant. It's just simple as that. So the lack of knowledge is really killing us. It's causing us to perish. It is. What type of salad are you eating? I'm eating a Southwest salad. Girl, I had a bag. Like, I ate half of it and I'm like, oh my God, this thing is so good. So I like ate the whole bag. It's so good. Are you the only child your mother have? No. My mom has two children. So my mom had me, which I'm the baby, which I'm 29. And my mom had my brother, who is 39. Stigma attaches differently to some people. Absolutely. Stigma is different for everybody. And I was just talking to another herpes activist who was talking about this. Like, we have to get out, especially people who are in the herpes community, thinking that it's okay to say, oh, it ain't no big deal. You're right. It's no big deal to you. But that doesn't mean that's the same for the individual who just posted under you or above you. So we have to be sensitive to each other, even in the community, because sometimes we could be so harsh towards each other. Like, you know better, you should have disclosed it. My whole thing is, we don't know everybody's mental state. We don't understand that some people don't have anybody but us, or people from across the globe only have this channel. Some people across the globe only have a support group. Some people across the globe only have one friend, and that's it. And some people don't have nobody at all that they ever told anybody to. I have people who have, just imagine living with this for even 2 years, or just imagine 20 years and never told anybody. That is hard, guys. So don't say it's no big deal when it has been a big deal, and it shift a person's life where they haven't been intimate, they haven't been in relationships, they haven't been trusting at all, because they scared that somebody's going to out them or not accept them or reject them. That's tough, and still trying to live a good life and put on the facade that you're all good, and you're not. You're not good at all. And people are asking, why you're not married? People are asking you, like, why you not in a relationship? People are asking, why you ain't got kids yet? And they don't understand. I don't have that because I'm scared nobody's going to accept me. So my whole thing is, guys, we got to be very sensitive to each other and be very, very considerate of each other. It's nothing wrong with giving each other tough love and say, come on, you can do this, or snap out of it, especially if that person is a person that you constantly see doing the same thing or making the same mistakes or whatever. You can say, hey, look, you keep making the same mistakes. Why is that? Like, why do you keep doing that? You know, what is up with you? What is going on with you that's causing you to keep doing the same thing? Let's try to fix that so you won't keep have to come to us about the same situation, you know? So it's nothing wrong with having tough love, but it's always a way to do it. You know, sometimes it's not always good to do it, you know, front street in front of everybody. I have learned to get behind closed doors, inbox people personally, you know, reach out to people personally, like, look, what is going on with you? You know, you keep doing this, you know, everybody mad at you, but I'm going to come to you in love and say, what the heck is going on? So you just got to understand that everybody's different, but I understand where you're coming from completely. I agree with you in many ways, but we also have to be very sensitive to everybody. We got you some sushi.
You got no sushi.
That is sushi. You ain't gonna lie to me. I can see. You found the ice cream? You didn't take the child money. It's your scrape from somewhere. What's that sauce on that?
Whatever that wasabi sauce, I guess. I don't know.
What is it that I don't know what they call that sauce. Right. So true. Belize right on. Right. Do you really think only black people only contract herpes because herpes, people of all types spread this? There's no race with this. No, it's no race with this. My whole thing is based off statistics. They say African Americans are higher risk, but I don't believe that. I feel like at the end of the day, we live in a time where people of color are being really scrutinized for every dang thing, and everything make it seem like we are just the worst people on earth. So I don't believe it. I don't care to believe it. I just don't believe it. Period. I don't believe it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't believe that. Because at the end of the day, I'm not even gonna lie. When I first found out, I was in the group, and I swear, out of 10,000 some people, it wasn't that many black people in there. It was more Caucasians. So, and that's not to make anybody feel any bad anyway, but it's the truth. That was my truth. So I thought for a long time I didn't think African Americans got it because I didn't know anybody who had it, but one girl who been raped. Most people you even knew had it, it's because they ended up getting raped. It was weird. I work in that clinic. I see so many people, so many times with herpes. Right? It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing at all. I just choose to focus more on African Americans because we don't talk about stuff. This is one thing we don't talk about. We don't bring it up. HIV is very quote unquote prominent in our community. So that's what we talk about more, which is a little bit more not as stigmatized as it used to be, because we're just used to hearing it. Most of us have friends who have this and living a good life and, you know, things like that. We hear a lot about it in school and stuff. So we see that a lot. So that's their biggest focus because at the end of the day, you'll take care of yourself and kill yourself. You're going to die. But this is something that's going under the radar. And that's why I felt like it was very important that I stood up and just like, hey, you know, we need to talk about this. It's something else we need to talk about. It's not, you know, it's other things that's going on that people are not talking about or people are struggling with. And when I stood up, I seen a whole lot of people talk about how they've been living with it for so long. It just been like, oh my God, thank God somebody's talking about it. So. You better cover it up.
You just want to have oral sex with everybody, right?
That's true. My mom said most people just want to have oral sex with people now. I do agree. I asked my mom.
What's their selling point?
You said that's your selling point. I asked my mom, me and her was talking, and she was like, she didn't really hear much about herpes when she was growing up. But she said she probably main reason because men wasn't even doing oral sex back then. They probably were, but it wasn't common to do it. They wasn't doing it.
And then you do it with every damn body. It's just only the person that you're dealing with.
Yeah, who you want a
Now
relationship with.
they want to have oral sex, but every damn body.
No, most people having oral sex because they think it's safe. People think, well, if I perform oral sex, I won't get anything, and that's not true at all. You can get everything in your mouth, like everything in your mouth, and your mouth is so sensitive. It's so many times that you bite the side of your mouth, or you scrape it, or you eat something that's really soft, something that's really spicy, and it just burns inside of your mouth or your taste buds, and now you don't open yourself up to right into your bloodstream. So my whole thing is like, as much as we think, you know, oral sex is safe, it's not. My whole thing is, what's the point of put it in your mouth and then put a condom on it? Like, what's the point? You might as well just go ahead and finish it up now. People just don't understand that. It's very, very. We just have to stop, literally. My mom said oral sex is a selling point now. You know what I can do to you, girl? My mama got her tongue stick. That is disgusting. Nobody want to see that. It is a selling point. Some men believe like, oh, I can do this and I can do that and blah, blah, blah. Like we hear now, what that mouth do. That's what they say now. What that mouth do.
That's what they say.
Yeah, what that mouth do.
What that mouth do?
Yeah, what that mouth do.
Who said that? Women say that?
No, they're just people, period. My generation, that's what they say, what that mouth do. Like, how's your oral sex?
It don't do you.
But that's how it is. You're right. I do believe oral sex is a selling point now. Like, most people is like, oh, I didn't have sex with them. And I'm learning this even with my clients. Like, people like, well, I just had oral sex. And I'm looking like, you're still at risk. I ain't have sex. Yes, you did. Oral sex is sex. Period. As soon as you put your mouth on a genital, you are open up to whatever's on that genital. Or in the genital. That's just the truth. But when I had sexual education, they were really heavy on oral sex. They was like, make sure if you're doing any type of sex, oral sex, genital, make sure you use condoms. They got flavored condoms, all this stuff. Like, we were growing up, it was like that. Now, you don't even hear people talk about condoms. You don't even you see the commercials on TV, but you see the condom after they already had sex. It's like after the fact. Like, movies, they used to show the condoms in the movies, like when MTV used to have that, or BET used to have the Wrap It Up, whatever. They used to have movies, but they would show the condom prior to having sex. They don't do that. They don't do it anymore. Like, we have too much stuff on TV. I think it really rocked us when we watched Scandal. That whole Scandal episode, you didn't see one condom in Scandal. Even though I love that show. You didn't see one condom. She should have been pregnant, don't you think? My mom likes Scandal too. She should have been pregnant. I guess she was on birth control. And I'm sorry, birth control is not protection, okay? We think that it's like, I'm on birth control, yeah, from having a kid, not from getting an STD or STI. I'm good. How are you? My mom's good. She's sitting here cooking. People need to talk about oral sex. People do think they can catch HIV from that. They say it's a 0 chance. That's crazy. Please. Like I said, it's no 0 chance. That's for a fact. It ain't no 0 chance. I'm telling y'all, be safe out here. That's the thing. Like, people are just taking folks' word for it. Do your own research, but also just be safe, period. I don't care if your doctor tell you, oh, you won't get you won't get HIV or herpes from oral sex. That doesn't mean you sit there and just put your mouth on everybody's thing just because they told you there's no chance. It's still a risk. Don't put yourself in a risky situation like that. Okay. What's the chance of me catching herpes when she told me she has it, but I use the condom, like I don't have any bumps or nothing? My whole thing, the thing about it is, she told you, so you will already understand that you were going to be at risk. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna tell you that. When she told you and you still had sex with her, you accepted anything that came with it. So if she was not having any outbreaks, then you wasn't at risk of getting it. But understand, you're at risk because she has her chances of seeing her outbreaks, and then she have times that she don't see her outbreaks, and she can't control the part that she don't see her outbreaks. So you're at risk at that point, but when you don't know. That's the thing. That's why I tell people to tell people, because at the end of the day, it's that piece that you have to accept. A person who don't have the virus, they have to accept that piece that, okay, my partner's going to do everything they can to doing their treatments, taking care of their bodies, but I got to accept the part they can't control. They cannot control when they don't see the virus, which is shedding. They can't control when the virus is present and they don't see it. Hey, you never know. That person could have been shedding 30 minutes before you had sex. You're not going to get it because they were shedding 30 minutes before. But shedding, the times, it's no set time that you shed, other than before your outbreak, before your outbreak, after your outbreak. Those are the two like set times, but most people don't know when they're having an outbreak. Sadly, many people it's kind of random for them. And then after your outbreak, I tell people, anybody who have an outbreak, wait a week, just give yourself some leeway, because you do shed after your outbreak. So, but no, if you don't see anything, then you don't see no bumps and stuff. Bumps are not, that's not are a symptom. Cuts are a symptom. Herpes is not bumps. I think that's what we need to get out of. Herpes are not just bumps. Bumps are a symptom of herpes. So it could be itching, it can be burning, it can be headaches for some people, it could be swollen lymph nodes in their neck or in their growing area. It could be tingling, it could be feeling like you got pokies in your feet. You can have aching in your body. It's so many different symptoms that you can have. In women, you can have some discharge. So you can have any of those symptoms, but just imagine most STDs have most of those same symptoms. And most people don't even understand that syphilis and HPV also have, sores and blisters as well. So my whole thing is, it's just very important to get tested. She did tell you. So if you end up catching the virus, just know that you were aware of it. She told you, y'all still use protection that do lower your chances of contracting the virus, but just know condoms are not 100% because it doesn't protect everything. It is skin to skin contact. So just know it's not going to protect everything. And most people outbreaks are not within, for women, are not always within their vagina. It's on the outside. So that's just something to know. It's not to scare you, just to educate you. But if you're really concerned, you get tested. But I think you should have already been tested prior. That's very important. If you're dating somebody who have a herpes or any STD, it's very important to know your status before going in. A lot of people who are doing this where you'll disclose your status for my individuals who are in the herpes community. You'll disclose your status and you have no clue what the other person's status is. What's the point? Like, you need to know what their status is as well. So it's very important to make sure, if you're going to have sex with anybody, that you both just know each other's status. I shouldn't just be telling you my status. I need to see yours. We need to see it. Make sure we're good and everybody's good. And just make it easier that way. So anybody in the herpes community, please just do not be disclosing and don't know that person's status and turn around like, well, I told them, they say accept you, and I asked you, and I get this from my clients. I said, so what they status? I don't know. You had sex with them? Yeah. Why you don't know their status? You just put yourself at 100% risk. And now you're even more prone because you have herpes to get something else. So, no. How do you tell a new partner you have HSV? It's my first time dating after my diagnosis, and I'm freaking out. I don't know why. What to do, I think. I tell anybody, it's different for everybody. It's very important if you're going to disclose, make sure you just dating first. Like, a lot of us going in worrying about disclosing to somebody. What if you don't like them? My whole thing is like, go in trying to figure out if you like the person. Don't go in worrying about if I'm going to disclose or have sex with them. That is our problem. We're so sex oriented. Like, it's kind of sickening how much we worry about sex. And we should be worrying about it if we get along. Worry about if we have the same values, if we think the same, if we can grow together, anything like that, if we're a benefit to each other. Most of us go in there like, oh, can I have sex with you? Like, we shouldn't worry about that. You can get sex for anywhere. That's not important. Most important is this person, do this person respect you? Do they have any respect for you or themselves? So I say it's very important to go in looking at the person's values and morals and type of person they are more than worrying about your status. I'm not saying it's not going to be in the back of your head, but I want you going in focusing is on who this person is. Do that person fit into my life, or can I fit into their life? Can we grow together? Do we have the same, values and morals? Do we have similar dreams? Or can I be assistant to theirs? Can I be assistant to mine? Do they have kids? Do they want kids? Do they want to get married? Do they not want to get married? Are they in debt? Am I in debt? Like, these are questions you need to ask, not saying, oh, I have this, can we have sex? Like, that shouldn't be a concern. Like, most importantly is going in and making sure that girl, that person, that girl or that guy is a good fit for you. And after you get to that point, now it's time to have some serious conversations, because sex shouldn't be the first thing y'all talk about. I'm being so honest. Like, going on the first date, you shouldn't just be talking about sex. If y'all do that, it's a problem. It's so much more to talk about. And I'm telling you, being in a relationship ain't about sex, just sex alone. People think that, but if your relationship is just based off sex, you're in trouble anyway. Y'all have no substance. The relationship is just based off sex. It's not gonna last. And when things really happen, y'all gonna see that y'all gonna run to sex as a fix it, and it ain't a fix it. Sex is not communication. Okay? It's not. It don't work. So go in figuring out if that person is a good person for you first. After you determine that person is a good person for you, a good fit for you, then y'all have a serious conversation about sex. When last time you've been tested, when last time you've been active, things like that. If a person has been active recently, that test that they had a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, is none and void. They don't have sex with somebody new or an old partner, and they can now end up, they could have caught something in that process or contracted a virus in that process. So very important to see when was their last sexual encounter, and make sure their test result is accurate from that point. And also for yourself, and then talk about that, and then go into telling that person like, hey, I was in a relationship, this happened, or I went to the doctor and this happened. But it's just very important that the first piece is important. Is figuring out that person a good person. A lot of many of my clients will come to me all the time. How can I tell a person? First of all, and I always ask them, get on the phone with me. What is he like? What do you like about him? How do y'all communicate? Do y'all talk on the phone all the time? Where did he live? Do you like this? Do you like that? And I learned that a lot of the women I talk to do not really like the guy. They're just really concerned if they're gonna accept them. My whole thing is, don't worry about that. My whole thing, if that person gonna accept you, they will or they won't. But my whole thing, I want you to be in a place where you're focused if that person's a good person, and if they accept you, it's good, because now I'm accepting a good person into my life, not just because he accept me and now he bull crap or she's bull crap and she's treating me like crap and they cheating on me and they beating on me and all this other stuff like that. So my whole thing is important just to figure out that person, who that person is, before you even want to share that information, because that's not worth sharing if that person gets on your nerves. That person is not worth it. So I would say go in trying to date a person, not going in trying to just disclose to a person. Go in trying to date and getting to know a person. It's okay to freak out though. But just date. My whole thing is, I will tell you, just date a couple of guys first. Get back into the dating field first before you even worry about disclosing. Just get out there and get the dating. Which you need these? You're gonna have to clean them. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't tell you to be, if it's your first time going back out, just get back out and just get a feel for dating again, because dating is different now. They don't want to take you nowhere. They want to act like they could just come to your house. I don't know you. Can you come to my house? No. You kidnap me, steal me, take me to another country. You get back out here and get a good feel. I would just say, just go out here on some dibs, figure out like it's like, let me just get a feel, get the nervousness out about dating. And just go out a couple of times and eat with people and get a feel for people. And even know what you want now, because if you haven't dated anyone in so long, you need to know what you even want. When it comes to what to say, I always tell people to share. Say share. Don't tell nobody nothing. You share. You tell a man you need to tell him something, he running. He already think it's bad. So I say I want to share something with you. He think you telling him something secretive, or he feels special. That was trial and error that I learned that. But tell him you want to share something with them. You know, something that happened to you a long time ago or recently or whatever. And then go into telling him what happened. Tell him what happened. Don't just tell him I have herpes. He's going to look at you like, what? No, tell him what happened. Tell him you was in a relationship. Tell him that your husband cheated on you. Tell him. So he know what you've been through. Because most people think you must be promiscuous to get herpes. And that's not the case. You just got to have sex to get herpes. Or you can simply kiss somebody to get herpes. And that can happen for you as an adult or a child. Some people got herpes just because they were, from a young child. And that's something you need to even share. It's like, you know what? One day I went to the doctor. They said I had herpes. You're like, well, I've been getting cold sores since I was little. And you tell the person, well, I've been getting this since I was small. I don't know where I got it from, but what can they say? Like, oh, well, she was a child. Like, what could she do? I think we were more concerned about what to say, but all you need to do is tell your story. Don't get caught up in trying to make it sound good and trying to convince them. That's a problem. A lot of us trying to convince a person to accept us. Stop trying to convince somebody to want to be with you. If they want to be with you, they don't be with you. A lot of us be with folks we don't need to be with. If they want to be with you, they're going to be with you. You cannot convince nobody, period. Nothing about hearing that somebody got STD is comforting. I'm just going to be honest. There's no way to make it sound good. There's no way to make it sound good. And that means including saying HSV. I'm going to be honest. Nobody know what HSV is. All the time. Not saying that everybody's ignorant. So please be ready to say herpes. Okay, don't be like, oh, I have HSV1. I got HSV2. That's all cool and dandy. He can like, what? Most people don't know what herpes is. So be prepared to say the word. But most important is just say I want to share something with you. Happened in my past or recently, or with my ex or my ex-husband or whatever. And then just tell the story. Some HSV is, some people, they're asymptomatic. Being asymptomatic means you just don't see any physical, you don't have any symptoms, no physical symptoms that you can feel, see, anything like that. But you still have the virus come to the surface, which is basically they're still shedding, which is still having outbreaks. They're just not aware of it. With that, it's just very important to have a treatment plan. Whatever you're going to do the natural route, or if you're going to do antivirals. But with that person, it's very important to tell your partner, because your partner got to accept that you will never know when you have no outbreak. You'll never know it, and they have to be okay with if they do get it. They got to be okay with the fact that you can only do so much. You can only do so much. Let's say. Hey, Belize, is it possible you can go live with brother? You can help us, wise brothers. Also, we need to stop wearing get cured so people want you. Men do not want an effective vagina. No one want to talk about this. Is wild. That's not hard. Why are we asking men to accept this herpes when we can cure our bodies? Simply wise community. Well, okay. Well, since you can, heal the bodies, I would love for you to share that with everybody. And if you have the virus, I would love for you to make sure you cured yourself first before you just speak from a place of hearing what other people do. That's all I want to say. I love you dearly, but you're not going to come on my platform and tell people what they should do if you haven't done it yourself. I love that people tell people to do some things, but if you are on this side of the fence, we're not a community that just like talk. Talk is cheap. That don't do us no justice. Everybody here who have herpes is not easy for any of us because the stigma is the problem. It's not really the physical for everybody. Some people it is because it's very painful, but it's the stigma behind it. My whole thing is it won't change. If we cure it, the stigma is still here. People are getting cured from cancer, and it's still a stigma behind cancer. So as much as it sounds good, we still got to understand that education is important. We still need a place that we can talk and share how we feel about things. To do, you can nicely leave my platform, or you'll nicely get blocked off my platform, because I'm not here somebody what they don't want. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel about yourself. That's not how everybody feel about their selves. And you're not going to put that on everybody how they feel. Because that's not how I feel about myself. I ain't going to lie to you. I had plenty of dudes and they didn't care about what I had. So I don't know how you feel about that. And I have so many other clients who are they're married, they're having kids, things like that. So that's not true. But you're not going to put that on everybody else, making them feel some type of way because of what you may be feeling or what you heard or what you know. This is not the platform for that. So if that's what you feel, I will nicely tell you, me and you can disagree, but this place is not for you. I'm sorry you don't like me. Great work. My whole thing is not that I don't like you. I don't platform is no negativity, anything like that. And sadly to say, you haven't been on this platform before, so I don't know what happened to you within the time that I've been gone and came back. We don't talk many times, so I don't know what's going on. You don't been on these live many times, so I don't know what you've been listening to. But be careful what you listen to, because it can poison you and get into your heart and get into your mind, and what you think about yourself or what you believe will come out your mouth. So I would say be careful what you listening to. My whole thing, if you want to get a cure, do just that. But if you're going to do it in a positive way and come back and say, hey, I found something and let me do it. And I'm going to share it with you guys after I see it. But don't say what people do not want. I'm sorry, we live in a world that people accept people with all types of conditions, and everybody condition ain't good. Okay? And they love them, and they love them great. We got the little white guy who ain't got no arms and legs, and he got a beautiful wife and a child with no arms and legs. So, hey, everybody ain't with nobody who ain't got no arms and legs, but hey, somebody married him. So, it's just different. Don't say what a person won't want to be with. We're not going to do that. We're not going to call people stupid. We're not going to do all this stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to address you there, because I don't know where you came from, but we're not doing that today. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. Any more questions, guys? Any questions? Y'all guys don't got quiet. Y'all ain't got to get quiet. Hey, love, how are you? I don't know who that was, Mom. I have no clue. But that person don't been on my lives before, so it is what it is. That's the world of YouTube. I done did pretty good. I've grown a lot. I'm dealing with people. Got quiet, Mom. Nobody's saying Nobody's saying anything. Everybody's not super. You ain't gotta be scared to say anything. My whole thing, everybody have the right to say what they want, but I have the right to say what I want. And I created a form. I'm not a big blocker. I don't really block people that much. I give everybody an opportunity to say what they want to say, but best believe I'm going to say what I want to say. So, that's it. My mom's a trip. Hey, love, how are you? I said, when is the right time to let a guy know that you have herpes? This thing, like I was saying earlier, figure out who he is first. That's it. Like, figure out who he is. He's not going to tell, I'm going to be honest with y'all. A man ain't going to tell you nothing right off the bat, other than if he on some bull crap. Most dudes like, I ain't got no job. I ain't got no. He's trying to let you know that he'll let you know what you want to accept. You're like, I'm serious, she's gonna accept it. But my whole thing is like a dude when something that's very personal or it's something that he's not quite sure, he ain't just gonna tell you. He getting a good feel. He want to see what type of woman you are. He want to see if you even worth his time. Like it takes, I'm not gonna lie, I don't met some guys. It takes them some time to really get comfortable to share some intimate stuff with them. So why, as women, sometimes we feel like it's important to share something so intimate, especially when it comes to your body. Like my whole thing is sometimes we just think it's okay to just share everything, and you just need to get a good feel for a person first. Like make sure that person is worth it. And most people like, how do you feel like you could say worth it? You're right. Are you worth my time? Just because I got an STD does not mean that I don't have worth. And that's sad that some people believe that, but it's not true. You have worth still. So you have the ability to get a good feel for a person first to see if it's even, if this person is even good for you. Because some people are not good. They may say something, do something, tell you some stuff. You're like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm not going to waste my time. I don't even want to be connected to you sexually. I'm going to have a problem with you. And we got to understand, you connect to somebody sexually, you letting this person into your personal space, you're connecting this person, you start feeling their energy, you just start feeling all off. If they crazy, you become crazy. And you got to think, do y'all want to have a kid with that person? What if you make a mistake and get pregnant? If he gotta, like, you gotta think about that. And I think a lot of us don't think about that. I should talk about that too. But I was younger. But at the end of the day, some of us don't think about that. So my whole thing is, when you get a good feel for him, get a good feel for that person. And I'm not gonna lie, it don't take long. A lot of things like, it takes months. No, it don't. If you listen to people, they'll tell you everything you need to know if you're listening. Not just fantasizing because he fine or, oh, he got a good job and he got a nice car. Get out of that. Listen to him. I'm telling you, dudes be telling you so much stuff, and women, we talk a lot, so we tell everything any darn way. And that's how guys figure us out. You get played or he realize you're a good woman, one or the other, because we just talk too much. But listen to him and figure out what type of dude he is, and then determine if this is a person that you can see yourself with. Just know a person's not gonna always tell you everything, but then I don't care, in a year it's still stuff that a person, you won't know about a person because they just don't want to tell you, or they're gonna try to take it to the grave. You learn, people change over time. So you just got to determine, okay, based off this person here, do I feel like I can be with this person or grow with this person?
See what you think about AIDS.
Well, my whole thing is that's two different things, though.
No.
What do you think?
That's just like you
Y'all hear my
start
mom.
discussing. How do you feel about a person with AIDS?
Oh, that person said, ugh.
Okay,
people
you say,
do that.
well, why would you say ugh? Then you get into why he's saying
You'll
that.
learn why.
And then ask what he think about a person with no legs. Ask what he think about a gay person.
Yeah. That's what I know, people who do that too.
He's negative about a gay person, and he's negative about everything personal that people think is standoffish. He's not going to accept what you're going to say to him.
Yep. That's true too. I know people who do that, but I tell people, do that. I know people who do that. I have people who have done that, and then I have people who have done that, and that person still accepted them, and they were fine with it. Because
that give you a good feel for that.
But sometimes it don't always get, because like you were saying, you ask a dude about herpes. Ask a dude about HIV. A person may not have a negative connotation with HIV because he had a friend who had HIV in the past, or somebody got raped and they was mad, or I don't like a gay guy because I got killed by a gay guy. So I was like, sometimes you got to be careful with asking certain situations because you don't know the story behind it. Because some dudes like, I don't like gay dudes because they don't been hit on a gay dude, or they just don't like how they make them feel. I'm like, well, how you feel about yourself? Some people are shaky. So I would tell people, it's nothing wrong with, like my mama saying, do situations like, how do you feel about this? How you feel about that? But also, if you're going to ask that question, make sure you ask directly what you want to know, and also ask deeper questions. So you're just like, oh, how do you feel about a person with HIV? If you say that, he's going to say exactly how he feel. He's like, do you know anybody with HIV? Do you have friends? You have to go on and on and on and on and on. You got to dig. You can't just do the surface. If you get surface, you're going to get your feelings hurt, because he may say, no, I don't want to deal with that, not knowing that his mom died from HIV or his dad died from it. You never know, because I know many people whose parents have passed away from it because they was using drugs or things of that nature. So my whole thing, if you're gonna ask those situations like that, which is not a bad situation, I don't see people do it as well. It's just important to make sure you're gonna go deeper into that conversation. Don't be shallow, because be shallow, you're gonna like, I ain't gonna tell him because he ain't gonna want to be with me, and be shocked because you'll tell him and he'll like, oh, that's no big deal. Like I ain't tripping about that, you know. So it's up to you. You can do, you know, the situation where I tell you, you share it, you know, you get to know the person, and then you say, hey, I want to share something with you. This is what happened to me, blah, 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 blah. You tell the story. Or you can do a situation like my mom was saying. But like I said, that one you got to be cautious with, and you have to listen. You can't just ask it for your feelings. You can't ask it trying to feel out how they going to think about you. You need to listen to what they're telling you, because this person could be hurt based off something that happened to them. And they're being very vulnerable with you and telling you why they feel what they feel. So that also can understand how they feel about their body, or how they feel about people who do certain things. So I would just say, if you're going to go that route, be prepared to have a real conversation. Don't do it just like, I just want to know how you're going to feel about it. Just even herpes, say, oh, how do you feel about Usher having herpes? Nobody liked the way Usher did it, because Usher is married. And was married. I don't know if he's still married, but he was married and he was cheating on his wife. Like, nobody's gonna like that because he's cheating. He's putting his wife in danger. Like, nobody's gonna, not even danger, but like literally can give his wife herpes. So my whole thing is, nobody likes that. Nobody's gonna like that. So my whole thing is, be careful how you say things and what situations you use. I will never use any celebrity pertaining to herpes. Nobody. Like, because those situations, they were all in relationships, because folks don't want to be cheated on, to be a side piece. Nobody want to deal with that. So I would say, if you're going to say it, just say, how do you feel about individual, or how do you feel about the herpes stigma? Or, you know, since everybody's talking about herpes, like, do you know anybody with the virus? Or what do you know about the virus? Like, I would say I would stay away from asking directly about another person, but ask how, you know, how they feel about it, or what they know about a person. I will never use Usher in that little rapper, I don't know his name. I wouldn't use any of those people, because I'm telling you, those situations were so nasty. They were nasty, and people were like, oh, that was that stuff, da, 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 because they're emotionally attached to the whole situation. They're not just attached to herpes, they're attached to the whole situation. So timing is different. Like, it depends. Some people tell right in the beginning. Some people tell 2 weeks after. Some people tell a month. Some people tell 2 months. Things like that. My whole thing is, I wouldn't wait a long time. Number one, because you don't want anybody. Because just say if you meet a guy, you like him, y'all attracted to each other, something can end up happening. Y'all can end up kissing each other, or, you know, you put yourself in a situation. You never want to get to that place where you put yourself in a situation and you haven't disclosed. So I will tell people, that's why it's good to have a good feel for a person. And as soon as you get that good feel, you go ahead and disclose to that person. So before anything physical get involved. So I tell people, if you're going to take a long time to disclose, so if you're going to wait after 3 months or longer to disclose, or even if you want to wait some time to disclose, even if it's, I would say even a month or two, please don't be kissing on these people. Don't be kissing nobody. Don't be fondling. Don't put yourself in a situation. Don't be all in his house cuddling and all this stuff, because you're giving him the feel, or her to feel that, hey, that's what you down for. And if they think you down, I think you good. That's sadly to say. That's how people think. You kissing on me, you let me touch you. You gotta be good. She look clean. He look clean. You know, some things. So I would say, you know, don't allow somebody to put you in a box. My whole thing, set the boundaries early and say, you know, until we get to a place where we know where we're going. I don't want to be doing all the kissing. You know, I don't want to be all at your house, all that stuff like that. We're not doing all that until we determine where we're going. I'm not going to be, if you choose to be intimate with that person, I'm not going to be intimate to a certain place. And I wouldn't even tell them when. I would just say, I'm not going to be intimate with you until I know who you are to me and what you're going to be in my life. And to that point, I don't want to do anything intimate with you.
You can't even say that.
I know.
Because if you tell a man,
I
don't want to be intimate with you until I know where I'm at, what he's going to do
is try to get you there.
Play you, make you feel comfortable to have sex with him.
Yeah. But my whole thing, that too, but my whole thing, you still got to set a boundary.
Yeah.
You know, but my whole thing, just like my mom saying, like, you can play you, but my whole thing is, you just got to be aware, every dude ain't like that. Everybody ain't like that, but some guys are. But you gotta also just make it physically say, look, I'm not gonna be intimate with you. Even if you don't want to say everything I say, you say I'm not gonna be intimate with you. If that's what you're looking for, that's not what I'm looking for right now. And sometimes that right there would knock them off the boat. That'll knock them off the boat. Even if you are not a person who's like, I'm waiting, I'm abstinent, I'm celibate. You ain't got to be any of that. You just say, I'm not being intimate with you. I don't know you like that. I'm not being intimate with you right there. Like, don't think that's what this is. I'm getting to know you. And then he's like, darn, okay. If he don't really want to get to know you, he ain't going to take the time to get to know you because it's all he wanted. So my whole thing is, even if he's that type of dude who kind of try to weave his way through, you can listen and hear, because he'll say, well, you said, when you get to know me, you're going to want to do something, or he trying to push up on you. You just got to pay attention. Dudes are not slick. We just in the clouds as women. We be in the clouds. We got to get out the clouds. He said, yes, don't be hunching, skin to skin or kissing. Yep, no hunching.
I just want to touch it.
Oh, yeah, or touch it. I'm not trying to scare y'all, but you can get herpes on your hand. I'm not putting my hand on it. No. I don't have to do just flat out try to just try to make it seem like he's showing one thing and pull his pants down. Really? You ain't showing me nothing because you ain't doing nothing on soft no way. What? You no benefit to me in that state. I'm like, okay. So my whole thing is you just got to know what type of dude he is. Get a good feel for him. If that dude is coming on or that girl is coming on very sexual and that's not what you even on, that's not a person to even waste your time with. Because some people will push up on you and say, oh, I just want to kiss you. And you'll say no, and they still up on you. You need to leave that person alone. Because that person is just pushy. And they'll put you in a situation where you telling them no, and they keep on.
Rape.
Yeah, simple as that. It's rape. Man and woman. So my whole thing is just very important that, you set your boundaries. A no is a no for you. And make that known that a no is a no for you. And you make that clear with walking away, cutting them off, no communication, no nothing. Because they shows you who they are. And that's happening a lot where people are taking advantage of people because they're like, well, you said you wanted it, or you made me feel like you wanted it and all this stuff. So you just got to be careful with your own body language and the things that you do. Be very vocal. No, that's not what I want. No. And don't share, have the mixed signals where 1 minute you like no and the next minute you like all over them. Like, what do you want? That's confusion. Like, make up your mind. So don't confuse nobody, man or woman. Don't confuse them. It says shoot STD or not boundaries is a good thing. Yes, boundaries are vital. Like, most of people don't know what boundaries are. They just believe everything it goes, and that's not cool because most people get into taken advantage of because they don't have boundaries or they're not vocal enough of how they feel or they're too scared to leave a situation. If you're in a situation you don't feel comfortable, leave. Tell them to take you home. I'm ready to go. And I mean change the whole mode. Fold your arms up, stand up, put your purse around you. I don't did that to people. I'm ready to go. I'll go to the door, open the door. Let's go now. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. I don't want to deal with you today. Like you don't got on my last nerves. So you got to make it clear. You can't say, no, I'm good. And you're still sitting in the situation. You can't keep sitting in it because to them, especially if a person is not on that and they're not trying to respect you in any way, will look at it like, well, they ain't serious. They really want it. They still sitting here. They still want to watch the movie. They still want to chill. They still want to drink. They still want to smoke. They still want to be in my presence. So, I got this. I just got to keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on. And they'll give in. Women, stop giving in. Men, stop giving in. I don't care. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't be pressured into stuff. People are getting pressured into things. I have learned something even from my little sons. Men will ask you stuff 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times to see if he can weigh you down. No. A no is a no. And you got to be stern on your no and walk away because you're like, if she still let me ask her the same question over and over and over and over again, then that means she ain't stern. She don't have boundaries because she meant what she said. She wouldn't even have this conversation with me. So you just got to be stern on what you want and how you want to protect yourself and what you stand for. Because people will try you. My 4-year-old tried me so many times. Like, you don't get out my face? Asked me the same thing 4 times. I'm like, boy, you getting a whooping now because you tripping. But they believe you'll get weighed down. That's what people do. They want to say the same thing over and over and seeing that they can get their way. And if you don't stand your ground, best believe they'll end up getting their way because they'll get on your nerves long enough that you're like, okay. No, that's not an okay because you're not happy with the decision that you just made for yourself. Yep. Why are we doing 3 a.m. prayer? Yeah. I'm not worrying about your sister. Get off my page. Like, if you got to go get your sister to speak to me, you really got an issue. We're adults. You have nothing to do. I ain't talking down to no one. She came on my platform. Find something to do. People ain't got nothing to do. You gonna get your sister? Where we gonna get sisters at? Darn, this is high school, this elementary school. We going to get a sister? I'm 29 years old. Talking about going to get your sister. I don't care about you or your sister. What y'all gonna do because of a platform and you don't like it? Counsel your people on the other side of the fence. My fence is my fence. I take care of my own grass. I don't need no help. People are trip. Boy, y'all better find something to do today. Y'all better find something to do today. Today ain't the day. Today ain't the day. Y'all are trip. My God. What you say, boo? Girl, they ain't about to gang up on nobody. They about to gang up on you at the playground. Girl, they can't gang up on nobody at the playground. I'm sorry, I wasn't that little girl on the playground that allowed bullies. I'm the one who fought for something else to do. Get on your own platform. Create one. That's the sad part. People like to come on other people's platform. Get your own. So, you stupid. They trying to gang up for you. Y'all trip. Y'all are trip. What we was talking about before we were interrupted by children. Little bitty kids. I am too old for that. Anybody got something else to tell? To be safe. Dating today is very interesting. People are not respected. Okay. Yeah, a mini is shot. Hold on, y'all. Right. My internet jumped onto somebody else's internet. Every time I go into the back of the house, it jumps onto somebody else's internet. So my fault. Because we used to be connected to another internet, so it's just jumped off. So thank you very much. But no, I was saying that it's just very important that we, be careful when we're out with people and, listen to people and be aware of your surroundings and things like that, because there's many people out here who are truly just trying to take advantage of folks. So it's just important that It's important that we, be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Any more questions, y'all? Questions, guys. I have enjoyed this hour with you guys. Ooh. Any more questions? Yes, so, maybe so. I'm going back up to make sure I didn't miss any questions. You're welcome, sweetie. Making sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't want to miss anybody. Yeah, I answered everybody's questions. Cool beans. All right, guys. Anybody else got anything they want to say or share? Okay, y'all got quiet on me. Any more questions? What happened? Disconnected again. All right, guys. Well, since nobody have any more questions, we're gonna get up off here. Y'all know where to find me if y'all need me. No, but an email away. That's overcomingrthestigma@gmail.com. Or if you want to do a one-on-one session with me, then that is www.overcomingrthestigma.com. Overcomingrthestigma.com for one-on-one. So I love you guys. Y'all know I love y'all. Hey, everybody who just coming in. Hey, hey, hey. I hope all is well, and I will see you guys soon.